forgot to play the intro. I'm gonna go ahead and play the intro. Hang on. All right, that was the intro.
Now we're on.
Yeah,
Yay.
now we're on. All right, what's up, wrestling fans? Deadman's Triad Wrestling Podcast for another episode this Sunday morning. Uh, Join us live. We have a chat, guys, either on YouTube or Facebook. Um, Follow us in either, and you can chat. Little comment section, and we'll see it. So if you guys have questions, you want to comment during our topic, feel free. Um, so far, there's nobody there, so typical. But Sunday morning, grab a cup of coffee, join me and Gerard Simonelli. Ronnie is doing a investigation somewhere in Virginia, so lucky him. He's doing a cool place, and so he's not going to be joining us today, so that's all right. Just me and Gerard.
What's going on, world?
What's going on? How you doing this Sunday morning, guys?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
A little tired. You think you could tell? I totally forgot to play our intro in the very beginning.
We have an intro? Oh, sorry.
But yeah, it's not much of an intro. What is there? It's like a 18-second intro. I didn't want to do anything too extravagant. But if it's too long, then people sit there like, all right, let's start the show now.
Yeah, two people. Our two main viewers, Josie and Josie.
Or Anthony.
Anthony.
So we have a really interesting topic this week. We thought we would talk about wrestling top 10 and worst, best and worst gimmicks, wrestling gimmicks. Basically, like Gerard and I were talking before we started the show, and I agree. Basically, everybody's a gimmick. Everybody's got a character or a gimmick, and that's the thing in wrestling. And there are not many wrestlers who just go by their regular name. There's a few, but overall, they're mostly full of gimmicks.
Yep.
So I don't know, Gerard, maybe you can enlighten our listeners and viewers. What is a gimmick in your opinion?
A phony. A phony. Well, in wrestling, they have so many different gimmicks. Guys come out, they don't use their real name.
Right.
And I think I understand, because if they use their name, sometimes, like in a wrestling federation, if they leave the federation and go somewhere else, that name that they used becomes a trademark to that company.
Right.
So if they use their real name, they gotta be careful sometimes that the company might try and use their name as a trademark.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And I think Hulk Hogan, that happened to Hulk Hogan a while back or something, and didn't Cody Rhodes, he has a name, they have a problem with the name.
Yeah, a couple people had problems. Yep.
But the writers and the producers that come up with these names, some of them are funny. But it's funny, you watch them, they come out one day with a mask on, it's the same person, and then they're a different person next week.
Yeah.
It is interesting, some of them. Some are real stupid, but...
Yeah. Well, that's why, I thought doing top 10 best and worst, because let's face it, there were some really bad ones. Yeah. So I don't know. You want to start it off? Let's talk about the worst ones, because there was quite a bit.
There's so many bad ones, but actually, I actually like the bad ones better than the good ones.
You remember? I think it was Survivor Series, not WrestleManias, but what was? Remember the chicken or the turkey they used to have, like all dressed up, and they used to have like a wrestler like either choke slam him or like do a wrestling maneuver on him.
Yep.
That was like a gimmick every pay-per-view of that pay-per-view that they had. And
oh yeah.
I forget the name of the gimmick of that, but yeah, that was funny.
He used to come out and he used to hit everybody with, it was actually pretty funny when he came out.
Yeah.
I think they came out with the Undertaker one time too.
Yeah.
I think he got slammed and he got the tombstone.
Got tombstone. Yeah. Yep. One of the worst gimmicks. I don't know if you remember. What was his name? Terry. Remember the Red Rooster?
Yeah.
And
Oh God.
he spiked his hair like an actual rooster. But he was a good wrestler, like outside of that gimmick. When he was in WCW and before he became the Red Rooster, he was a pretty decent wrestler.
Oh yeah.
But I think that totally ruined his career.
One guy, you remember Repo Man?
Yeah, the Repo Man. Yeah.
He came out. He was like a complete idiot, and later on he turns to be Smash, part of Demolition.
Hmm.
One of the best tag team champions, the tag teams around.
Yeah.
Yeah, Repo Man came with the goggles on and the Repo outfit.
Yeah. Demolition was a great tag team.
They were.
Yeah. Are they still both alive or no?
That I'm not sure. I'm not sure who's alive in that group there.
Yeah. I think maybe one of them is still alive, but I'm not sure
Yeah,
about both of them. Did they make the Hall of Fame yet?
I believe so. I mean, everybody makes Hall of Fame. It seems these days.
Yeah.
They wrestle 2 matches and they're Hall of Famer.
Speaking of the Hall of Fame, I don't know if you saw an interview, an article floating around about Sabu making a statement about the Hall of Fame. I believe he may be a Hall of Fame inductee. I don't know about this year, but maybe next year. But Sabu made a statement, and everybody was like, kind of down on his statement, frowned upon some of the things he said about the Hall of Famers. But I actually kind of agree with some of the things he said. He turned around and said, you know, it's basically he feels it's all about the money. It's not about the Hall of Famers. He thinks it's just about selling more tickets, and it's just like another stage for the company just to kind of boast off of, rather than making it all about the wrestlers who really produce for them. And
Correct.
it should be more about the Hall of Famers being inducted, not so much about making money off of another segment, or just selling tickets, or making this part of a bigger theme of WrestleMania. And I kind of agree with him to a certain degree,
Yep.
because I kind of feel the same way. I kind of feel, all right, they're in the Hall of Fame, but now I just kind of feel like they're just throwing everybody in the Hall of Fame. Well, let's just throw everybody in. Why are you gonna skip
That's
certain
right.
people? Just throw them all in there.
That's right.
So you're not letting your veterans get the spotlight they really deserve, and that's basically what he's getting at.
You tell me you put an actor who comes in 1 match and he's in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
Yeah, is Dennis Rodman is he in the Hall of Fame now?
I
I
believe
think
so.
he got put in.
Yeah.
He got put in the Hall of Fame. Mike Tyson, everybody's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. I
Yeah, I
know.
think even Donald Trump.
Yeah. I know. So I'm
They
like,
1 match in the Hall of Fame, and you get guys like Hulk Hogan had to go for how many years? Obvious
right.
problems with the company. They even like was it who's that one wrestler? I remember Bruno Sammartino took him a while also. He's a Hall of Famer, but because he had a little controversy, it took a while to get known.
But I kind of feel like, and this is how I would feel if I was a veteran that was waiting to get into the Hall of Fame. It's kind of a slap to the face for what you did for the company and the time and investment that you put in with your gimmick, and your character, and the money you made them. It's a slap to the face.
Yep.
So why are these guys getting a spot over them just because there was a little controversy? You know what? Shit happens. Life happens, and it's sometimes things are out of their control. But I don't know. I don't think it's fair in a way.
Yeah, not at all.
So that's an interesting article that's out there with Sabu.
Yeah.
You know, check out because I read a lot of SE Wrestling Scoops on Facebook. They have a Facebook page. They're the ones who put the article out, and there's also another wrestling magazine called the Wrestling Observer, and they get
Okay. Yeah, I've heard that one. Yeah.
yeah, they have a lot of information that they put out, behind the scenes stuff, and that's where they get the interviews. They kind of just summarize the interviews, if they had an interview on a podcast or with another magazine, and they share it. But it's pretty cool. You learn a lot of stuff from them.
Oh yeah.
So
But you think gimmicks have been around forever.
I forgot to mute my phone. Sorry.
Oh, look at that, huh? Gimmicks, they've had gimmicks around forever. Wrestling gimmicks forever. And I'm going to show you something here. This is from October 27, 1975. Haystacks Calhoun.
Oh wow.
Now, Haystacks.
Yeah.
That's another gimmick.
Yeah.
I don't think a guy's real name is Haystack. But it's been forever gimmicks. And one of my favorite has to be this man here, George the Animal Steel.
Mm-hmm.
And he's with the Grand Wizard of Wrestling.
Yeah. And he had two things about him that made him his gimmick, which, as I brought up before, him eating the turnbuckle. He would rip apart the turnbuckle and eat the actual inside of the turnbuckle.
Yep.
As a snack. And I think he also had a green tongue.
Yeah.
Right?
Green tongue.
So that was And how about Hacksaw Jim Duggan? His gimmick was the carrying the 2x4 over his shoulder.
An American flag.
An American flag, yep.
Yep.
That's another gimmick. But
I think one of the
was great.
I think one of the main guys who, look at The Undertaker right now is the premier gimmick guy. But I still think the best and the start of all, Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan was he was WWF, WWE, and he comes as Hulk Hogan, the Hulkster. Then he becomes with the NWO. He gets involved with all the groups, but they become what was his nickname he used with them with the NWO?
Hogan. Yeah, Hollywood Hogan.
Hollywood Hogan. Right?
Well, he had to reinvent himself in order to become heel.
That's right.
So
that's right.
That was the reason behind that.
And the thing is, but his gimmick line was great. And then he wrestled against Zeus. Remember Zeus?
Right.
Another guy. And then the movie came out, No Holds Barred.
Yeah, I remember that movie.
When Zeus came out, there was another icon name. It was like this big bodybuilder dude with a crooked eye. And another guy, he didn't last that long, Zeus.
No, he didn't.
But Hulk Hogan, that name Hulk Hogan, it stayed with him forever.
Yeah. Actually, Zeus recently passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So I remember Mr. Iacovetti posting about him. I believe that our friend Ron Iacovetti met him in person years ago when he was doing UFC MMA commentating.
Right.
So it was pretty cool. But Zeus was a big guy. He was I don't know. I thought he could have lasted a lot longer than he did, but he had a very, very short stint.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of those type guys do. They have short stints because their gimmicks are terrible, like versus what we have nowadays.
And now some are worse.
Yeah, some are even worse. Yeah. What do you think of Elias? I think in the beginning I was like, all right, it may work, but now it's like, I don't know. I hate to say it. He's an okay bruiser and a good heel, but as far as skill in the ring, I think he's a terrible wrestler, and his gimmick is horrible.
I like him on and off.
Yeah.
I like he comes out, walk with Elijah. With Elijah. He like I say, he's not a great wrestler.
No.
I don't even know his finishing move. I don't think he has one.
Yeah. He doesn't have many moves at all.
No.
But that's what I mean. That sometimes the gimmick makes up for it.
Yeah.
They actually say one of the most entertaining gimmicks, and you could agree or disagree, but the Hurricane.
Yep.
Hurricane Helms.
Yeah, I liked him. I didn't think he was a great wrestler, but I liked the way he came in, fist to the ground, like he's like this big dude.
Yeah, and he tried to portray the choke slam.
Yeah.
For a little guy, it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
But he would go backstage like a superhero. He'd be like, the Hurricane.
Get your arm up.
I don't want to knock my backdrop down.
Yeah. One thing is the one wrestler I always like. You remember Rick Martel?
Mm-hmm.
He came back as Gorgeous George. What was his name? He came out with Gorgeous George.
Right.
Then he came out named the Model.
Yeah, the model. Yep.
The Model.
Remember with the cologne and the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a guy. I liked him. He was a very good wrestler. And each name he came out with, he portrayed the parts perfect.
Yeah.
But some of the gimmicks you see today is like, damn, this guy really sucked. And also, no, this guy's great. Oh, it's the same guy.
Yeah.
Like Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman, I like him as Braun Strowman. But remember he came out with the what was that group he was coming out with? He was dancing around.
Oh, the Wyatt family.
No, not the Wyatt family, but the before that. He was
Really?
part of the other group. The one guy used to come out with all the dancing girls and guys jumping around.
Oh, he was with Yeah, what the hell was that guy? Oh, I
But
can't.
Braun Strowman was the main guy. He was the big dude in there.
I didn't. Yeah, you know
I
what?
didn't know it, and one day I'm looking like, oh my god, that's Braun Strowman. He's dancing around, and I go, wait, I know him from the Wyatt group, and now what he's doing now. I was
Yeah.
like, that was him, and they make him like dancing around like a little, hey,
Right.
because I think the chicken came out with them too dancing.
Yeah.
I forgot that wrestler's name. That's how bad he was. I totally forgot his name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
He used to do the conga line.
yeah, the conga line.
Hey. And that's probably where he came up with the maneuver where he runs around the ring and he does the shoulder to shoulder hit after he runs around the ring,
Oh, that's painful.
the body tackle.
That's painful.
Yeah,
Just watching that's pain.
I know.
Anybody gets up from real. If he hit you with a shoulder like that, you're not getting up. I'm sorry.
No, no. They have to sell
He's
it.
he's one. I like him, and he's getting shortchanged way too much. I see him leaving the federation.
Yeah, I think eventually he's gonna end up splitting.
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, no, he even I think that was another reason why they held him back a little bit because he was a little too vocal about his disappointment about getting that main event spot, and he expressed his opinion in public a few times about it, and I think that's what got him a little bit of heat in backstage. So that's what I remember reading about the impression I got.
Yeah, and I was doing a little research, which I tried doing for the show. You remember the Spirit Squad
Yeah, Mick,
and the members they had in the group?
that
I'll go
was
look
Shane
down, but
McMahon's group,
what was that?
right? Shane McMahon.
The Spirit Squad. I'm not sure if he was with them
Mm-hmm.
at the time. He might have been, but I remember. But they had Kenny, Johnny, Mickey, Nikki, and Mitch.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and they became tag team champions. I read, and then Nikki was actually Dolph Ziggler.
Really?
I didn't know that.
Wow.
I found that today. I was like, wow. I'm gonna put this up. Nikki, Dolph Ziggler,
That's crazy. I didn't know
and
that either. See?
yeah, Dolph Ziggler. He's an awesome wrestler.
Wow, that's cool. Good
Yeah,
research. Nice job.
yeah. Can I go home now? I did my job.
we
And
still have
another wrestler,
we still have
Heinrich.
minutes left of the show.
Yeah. You ever hear of Heinrich?
Yeah, yeah.
And you know who he was? Animal.
Really?
Yeah, Animal from the Road Warriors.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Can I go home next week too now? I did my homework.
See, that's the funny thing. Like, I've been watching wrestling for like years, like since the '80s,
Yeah.
and like there are things you learn about that you never knew.
I mean, I got excited. I was looking at the thing this morning. I'm like, oh man,
Yeah.
that's Animal. I was
Wow.
like, Jesus. Yeah.
Without the makeup and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. I looked at this picture. He looks fairly normal.
Right. Right. What
Yeah.
do you think, in your opinion, Jordan? Who was other than Hulk Hogan? Who had like one of the best gimmicks that really boosted their career to like
There's
you know,
there's
really
there's
good
too
level?
many of them. I mean, the Ultimate Warrior,
Right.
Randy Macho Man Savage.
Yeah.
Yeah, these names,
Rock.
they're like The Rock, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So
know, yeah, all these names. It's just like I don't know who my favorite anymore is. I mean, I used to love the Warrior.
Yeah.
For lifting weights many years and watching him train in the gym. I liked the way he wrestled. He was just a bruiser. He ran in, shoulder, clothesline, body slam, pin, done. But I'll probably have to go with the Macho Man. I'll have to go with the Macho Man.
He was great both face and heel. He did a great job on both ends.
Yeah.
He was a great heel.
If you want to entertain yourself, if you're having a bad day and you don't feel good and you're upset, watch an interview with Macho Man and Hulk Hogan when they were the Mega Powers.
Hmm.
You don't understand one word being said.
Wow,
It's,
really?
it is interesting. Hogan talks so loud and screaming. I'm like, oh yeah, I want Macho.
Yeah. I think Hogan's real name is Terry Boa or something like that, right?
Yeah, something. Not Terry Funk.
No. There's another gimmick. Chainsaw
Yeah,
Charlie.
yeah.
Didn't Terry Funk wear a mask with Chainsaw Charlie?
Yeah, because I think he had to hide who he was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but everybody knew who he was.
Yeah. Well, you can't miss him.
Yeah.
You can't miss that guy anywhere.
No. How about who would you say other than the ones we mentioned in the '80s? Who were the best and worst gimmicks?
In the '80s. Jeez, my opinion. Well, Razor Ramon, he came around, but he was more the '90s.
Yeah. How
Trying
about
to think.
Sting?
Who?
Sting.
Oh, Sting. Yeah, yeah. Sting's from the '80s.
Yeah. Yep.
Lex Luger.
Lex Luger.
Lex Luger.
Yep.
I'm right now. I'm still messed up with years. You mentioned years to me. I'm like, oh god, '80s, '70s. Trying to think wrestlers from the '80s. I'm not mixing them up with the '90s and the 2000s.
Yeah.
There's just so many damn wrestlers out there now.
Oh, I know.
Right.
Yes. Sting's actually on the list of top 10 gimmicks.
Gimmicks, right?
Yeah.
The
What did
news thing, I
you like?
did.
What did you like better of his gimmicks? Because he had a couple. He had he I think believe had a total of three gimmicks. He had his original Sting, with the
Uh-huh.
face paint, with the
Yeah.
original Sting face paint. Um, then he had when he had trouble kind of finding his identity and where he was at the time. Remember, because he first came out as like a Joker type character. You
Yep.
remember that?
Hmm.
And I don't know if you would consider it heel, but I think it was kind of a heel thing for him because it was kind of a negative thing, that gimmick for him. And then he came out as Black and White Sting during the NWO era.
I like the original Sting.
Yeah, yeah.
I like certain things like I like the original, but the other ones I didn't care too much about. Especially when he came out later on with the black and white, with the he came out with the baseball bat, kind of
Hmm.
looked like the Crow.
Yeah,
That one I didn't care too much about.
yeah. I think Ric Flair, '80s wrestler.
He's 70. He's not from the 70s. He's 80s all the way through.
Yeah, well,
80s, 90s, and he's still there today.
yeah, yeah. You had the tag teams, Midnight Express, Rock and Roll Express.
Yeah.
They were pretty popular in the '80s. Um, yeah, going back to the '80s, it's tough for us old guys.
What about Ravishing Rick Rude?
Yeah, Ravishing Rick Rude.
Another one, yeah.
Yep.
Didn't he started with ECW? Was it ECW? I think started.
No, no. He
I know he
started.
was a champ.
Hang on, I'll let you know.
Wait, because he started somewhere else.
Yeah,
And after that, then because I remember him jumping ship. He jumped ship from ECW to WWE or something like that.
I think he started in WCW. Hang on, gonna let you know in 1 second. He debuted in 1982.
Yeah, I got my '80s right.
Yeah, he started in WCW, and
And
then
then did he go to ECW?
yeah, he did for a short stint. Yeah, very
Because I
short.
remember watching, he came in and he was doing something with ECW on how he sold out.
Right, right.
He
Yeah,
sold out to the enemy.
when he went from WCW to WWF, and then went to ECW for a very short stint, and then went back to WWF, then went back to WCW when NWO was around.
That's right. That's right.
Because remember, Rick Rude was also a DX member.
Okay. Okay. Now I found out. I just found it. Terry Taylor.
Terry Taylor.
All right.
I got Terry right.
The Red Rooster
Yeah,
and Mr. Perfect.
yeah. Mr. Perfect was an awesome
Yeah.
wrestler.
But that was just it. He was hey, look. He was the Red Rooster before then.
Yeah, yeah. Mr. Perfect was yeah, that was a good gimmick.
Yeah,
He
I liked him.
perfect in everything he did.
He had really good moves when he wrestled.
He was a great technical wrestler.
His father was I think his father was a great wrestler also.
Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna look up Kurt Hennig real quick because he had Curtis Axel is his son.
Yep.
I wonder where he is now.
Curtis Axel.
I thought he had great potential. I don't think they gave him, uh, enough spotlight. He was with Bo Dallas.
Bo Dallas. Yeah. I haven't
uh,
seen him wrestle.
that's another topic we have to do for a show. We have to do bloodlines.
Okay.
That'd be a great topic.
And you get the Wild Samoans, and you get the. We could do one thing just on the Samoans.
Yeah.
The all their family, everybody's wrestling right now who involved with the Samoans.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't know. Who else do we have here?
$1 million Man,
$1 Million Man.
Ted DiBiase.
He was a great heel.
Yep.
It was all about the money.
He had Virgil. He had Virgil with him.
Yeah, his bodyguard.
Now, I think you met Virgil. Did you? I met him at the Chila Theater.
I'm trying to think where I met him. Uh,
I
actually,
felt
I met him at getting tickets online. Um, they had wrestlers at the Coliseum promoting Nitro, and that's where I got my autographs from Eric Bischoff, Miss Elizabeth, Dean Malenko. I have autographs from Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, and yeah, Virgil was there.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Obviously, I got their autographs before they passed away.
I mean, one of the best autographs I've gotten. Well, one of them was the Undertaker. I met him when he first started coming wrestling, and he did a signing, a book signing over in 14th Street Union Square. I think it was at a Dwayne Reed. And I went and I had nothing to sign, so I found they were selling the dolls, and I actually got one of the figures of his, and he signed it, the Undertaker, which is pretty cool.
That is cool.
One big dude, I'll tell you that much. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's like almost 7 feet tall, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the best one, I just want to say this real quick. Goldberg. I met Goldberg, and we went out. It was WCW at the time, and we got tickets. Myself, and my cousin spent the night in Nassau Coliseum, like idiots sleeping outside. And I think I told you we ended up partying with the Nitro girls at the time.
Nice.
Afterwards, uh, when we got inside, Goldberg was signing autographs,
Nice.
and everybody's going, Bill, 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 and he's just like, blah, sign, whatever. And I had a shirt on because I just got back from Jamaica, and I had my Jamaican shirt on with tequila. And no, it was what's that beer they drink? The red something, red stripe.
Orange stripe.
Yeah, it said red stripe on it. And I get to the table, and he looks up at me. He goes, "Dude, red stripe. Oh my god! I just got back from Jamaica. And I was like, you too? Red stripe, the great beer." And he shook my hand and everything else. And people are like, "Oh, geez, oh." It was all about beer.
Beer made an impression on him.
I'm telling you, I was just like, oh, I feel like a god. I was like, yeah, man, that's right. Goldberg, red stripe, boy, yeah.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember me and my friends. We wanted to get tickets for Monday Nitro's first ever debut at Nassau Coliseum, and we did one of those sleepovers because the lines were like, you had to wait online, and the line was like huge.
Oh yeah.
But you had to wait overnight because you wanted to be. It was going to get sold out like in a matter of minutes. So we did an overnighter, and we were online, and there were people partying all night. And I'll never forget that night because there was a kid who drank way too much, and he literally was like passed out, sitting in the chair. People were just like poking at him and like trying to make sure he was alive. And one of his friends was slapping him in the head, and like this guy would not move at all. And I was like, I don't know how much this kid had to drink, man. I was just sitting there like, oh my god.
The funny thing, I think that was the event I went to.
Really?
Yeah, because that was the one. Because me and my cousin, we were like fifth online,
Yeah.
and then when we woke up, there was like 1,000 people ahead of us.
Wow.
It was like, what the hell? It was at Nassau Coliseum
Right, right. And
Nitro.
what sucks is I had a car accident. This was in 1998, and I
Okay.
had a car accident during that week. So I ended up not being able to go after sleeping all night at the Coliseum waiting to get tickets. We did get tickets. I had to give my ticket up to another person because I couldn't go because I had an accident, and I was like so bummed out. Yeah, good times. Did
Okay,
you?
now I'm in the chat now. I said hello. We have somebody with us.
No, well, you chatted in the private chat. That's the private chat between me and you.
Yeah, I know. I'll say hello to you. I'm
Yeah,
not sure how to do comments in the other one.
yeah. But if anybody's tuning in late, just want to let our listeners know there is a chat, guys. Help spread the word about our podcast. The more word of mouth and getting our podcast out there, the more people will participate in the chat. I know it's a Sunday morning, but I think Sunday mornings are pretty good. To get out there, with the podcast, because everybody's home basically Sunday mornings from partying from Saturday night. So that's why I thought this would be a good time slot for the podcast. But yeah, as the show grows, we'll get more and more people to chat with us, hopefully.
Yep.
And you can download our show anytime from YouTube if you're a YouTube member, subscriber. And you can also catch us on Facebook. You can watch it there anytime. So that's the cool thing about this. But yeah, I think definitely we're gonna do a bloodline topic. Maybe our next episode.
I mean, gimmicks. We can go on forever with gimmicks.
Oh, I know. Like,
Remember Kerwin White?
why does it sound familiar? Yeah, Kerwin White.
It was Chavo Guerrero.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
came in as Kerwin White. He got changed to Chavo to Kerwin, and he did that line for a while until Eddie Guerrero passed away, and he went
Yeah.
back to Chavo.
Right, right. Yeah, I think what happened was all the guys that jumped ship from WCW to WWF all changed their names.
Yeah.
That's basically what happened. They either went to their real name or they used a different name.
That's right.
So, but unfortunately, WWF, like at a certain time period, started trademarking a lot of the stuff.
And the one thing I looked at is it made sense. I say one of the worst ones. You
Mm-hmm.
remember the Mountie?
Oh my God, the Mountie, yeah.
That was Jacques. Was it Jacques Rougeau?
Yeah, he was one of the Rougeau brothers.
Yeah, and then Raymond Rougeau, and then later on they became the Quebecers,
The Quebecers.
and they became tag team champions. They
Yeah,
were good. They were a good tag team.
they were.
Good tag team.
Yeah, the Mountie was bad though. Didn't he come in on a horse
I think he did. I really,
in the
I don't.
beginning?
It's been a while, but I remember that he came in. They had that red hat on. Trying to be a bad A Canadian.
Yeah. Well, it was basically portraying a Canadian trooper.
Yeah, yep,
That's what they called them, the Mounties.
yep.
Mountie up.
And then let's see, Charles Wright,
Yeah,
Papa Shondo.
Papa Shango.
Well, exactly. Yeah, Papa, and then it had Kama. He came as Kama,
Yeah,
and then after that became the Godfather with the Ho Train.
yeah. But actually, that was successful for him, I think.
The Godfather was.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he became an Intercontinental Champion. Yeah, Intercontinental Champion he became.
yeah, yeah. But that gimmick was, I think, more successful him than all the other ones.
Yeah, the other two were flops.
Yeah. Well, the Undertaker basically squashed Papa Shango because remember they had a feud. So because they
Yeah.
were both into the voodoo stuff, so it was a good feud. But yeah, that was a very short feud.
And another one they said was a good one, the Disco Inferno.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I only wrote down a few of these guys. I totally forgot their names because I haven't seen that in years. The Disco
He,
Inferno.
he used to come in doing this like Saturday Night Fever dance in the ring, and it
Yeah.
was just like, oh my god. He was
He
a
wa-
good
eh,
wrestler though.
he was good.
Yeah. But his gimmick was terrible.
Oh yeah. And I think one of the best tag teams, the Rockets.
Yeah.
And then Marty Jannetty, right?
Mm-hmm.
His career didn't go too well.
No.
He was not, and obviously Shawn Michaels became like an icon,
Yeah, yeah.
and they became what the boy toy.
Yeah, I wonder why they did that to Marty Jannetty because I thought that was a great tag team. I thought Marty Jannetty was a good technical wrestler.
I thought he was better than Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, in a
He
way.
was better, but I guess he wasn't. I guess his image. I guess they wanted that blonde hair look, and
Yeah, yeah.
and Shawn Michaels was more the jumping around. Well, they were both high flyers.
Yep,
They were both high flyers, but I think Shawn Michaels was the image they were looking for at that time.
yep, yeah. How about when Lex Luger came over from WCW to WWF? He was known as the Narcissist.
Yeah, I don't like him.
Yeah, and then he was also the American.
Yeah, I don't like him that either.
Yeah,
I liked him as a bad guy.
yeah,
What was he part of the Horsemen at one point?
yep,
Yep, one of the Horsemen.
yep. And
He was better in black, and when he was mean, when he was bad. I liked him when he was bad.
yeah,
Like even Sid Vicious. Remember Sid Vicious?
yeah. Psycho
Another
Kid.
guy. Yeah, he just certain guys got to be bad guys. You can't convert them to good. It just doesn't work.
He did turn face for a little bit. So
Yeah, and it didn't work out.
no, it didn't. He wasn't face for very long, but yeah, he was overall mostly heel his whole career. So I remember I showed the video of him destroying Cronus in ECW when he made his ECW premiere.
Yeah.
And, he just like destroyed him. Threw him through a table, tossed him around outside of the ring a few times. Yeah, he was a big dude.
Yeah, certain people you look at, and he was champion for a little bit, not long though.
No, no,
No, it's again these guys just don't last.
no.
And again, it's all about the image, I guess. It's what sells tickets, and it's
Right,
about the fans. So the fans want certain people in there, like Drew McIntyre. He's still champion now, but they're messing with him and Sheamus.
right, right.
Is the big feud between these two,
Yeah, yeah.
but two big dudes. They're two big dudes.
I think eventually after they're done kind of utilizing McIntyre as the main eventer, I think they may bring those two back together and maybe give them like the tag team titles,
Possibly,
you know.
possibly.
But they really overlook Sheamus a lot. I think Sheamus is a great heel. I think he could totally carry that title for a while.
Yeah. And they both have the same finishing move basically.
Yeah,
You got the
almost.
bro kick and you got the claymore. They're both like two flying kicks in the face with boots.
Yeah, yeah. And they both grew up. You know, they got both brought into wrestling together. So that's how that's how they knew each other, and they were friends
Yeah,
before all that. But that part of the storyline is very true.
yeah.
So sometimes they bring facts in to their storylines.
And who we got to forget now? We have the women wrestlers also. We have the Boss,
Yep, Sasha Banks.
Sasha Banks, another really good wrestler, and you have Bailey, another one. These are all gimmick names.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
You know, yeah, I didn't like her babyface gimmick because it was too
yeah,
like too childlike, and I think her turning heel was the best thing she did.
yeah, yeah. Making somebody mean.
Yeah, Mickey James, another great women's wrestler.
What was her name? Did she have another name when she came in? Mickey James.
I think she
She
was.
she always came with her name. Like even Trish Stratus always came with her regular name.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
those two really never had any gimmicks. They were just themselves.
right.
Even Charlotte Flair, she's basically Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, they just recently announced actually she's gonna miss WrestleMania this year because she's got COVID.
Nice.
Yeah, like so
I mean,
that's
what are
something.
we gonna do? I mean, now they're doing lockdowns in Italy now. Germany's getting locked down. Poland.
If I haven't said it before many times, I'll say it again. COVID sucks.
Yes, it does. It really is. It just when things are opening up. And this recently, it's off the topic for a minute. Going to work, I just drove by on Friday, and there's a bar in Brooklyn. It was wall to wall people,
Wow.
and I'm like saying, "Come on, please! We're finally getting out. This is the chance to go out. Guys like ourselves who go nowhere, and now we're gonna have to go lockdown because these people going out and partying like there's no tomorrow."
You know what? Like I get it, and yeah. Again, I know this is off topic, but yeah, just to stress out that we're just getting back out there, and we as people and human beings, we need to take responsibility too.
Yeah,
And that's great responsibility, and that responsibility is to make sure that we don't spread it again, because let's face it, when you socialize, that's how it spreads quickly.
yeah,
So we got to cut down the socializing, and as much as that hurts and stings,
yeah.
because we have the freedom here in our country, but at the same time, if you don't want to get sick and you don't want another lockdown, you got to be careful.
That's right. I mean, and when you asked me to do the podcast, I was like, podcast, huh? But there's nothing else to do. Usually, right about now, I train and I'm out. I'm
Right?
usually out every day. With this virus, you can't go nowhere.
No.
And you look, there's a podcast for every event.
Everything. I know. The
It's
the
like,
podcast industry is off the charts right now. It's the biggest thing going on. There's a topic for everything,
yeah,
you know. And yeah, there's like millions of podcasts out there, But
yeah,
that's another reason why not that I'm intently plugging my other podcast, Strange Oddities podcast, but I thought to myself, this would be a perfect opportunity to get, some of the big TV iconic names as guests, because nobody was doing anything and everybody's at
yeah,
home. So their schedule is very light as far as appearances and, whatever projects they're involved in. So that's why I was able to get a lot of good guests on my other podcast
yeah.
because of COVID, because everybody wasn't doing anything.
But if we try to get wrestlers on here, all they want is money.
Yeah, tried to get Raven, and his I guess his agent was like, for 45 minutes, we can get him for 45 minutes, but it would cost us $250.
I can see if we had a lot of, a lot of people watching our chat. One thing, but we have like this the total of one, two. But we're new. We're new.
Yeah, we're just getting out there, so
Yeah.
we know it's gonna take time to grow. So
And it's also morning podcast. Sometimes people don't get up in the morning to watch podcasts.
yeah, yeah.
No.
So maybe eventually, if we think about it, maybe we'll switch a time or a day. I don't know.
Well, I look at it this way. At least we don't get to see each other much, so this is the way we could talk. So,
But yeah. So anybody's tuning in late, the topic. Speaking of the topic, you know what I always forget to do, because this is what I've been wanting to do. Is this? There we go.
save me time in saying it.
Yeah, well, this is to help our listeners and viewers, because I've had somebody once tell me, "Hey, I was trying to grasp what topics you guys were talking about." But I said to myself, you know what? In the future, I'm going to have this at the bottom of the screen, so when they tune in late, they know what we're talking about. So there you
Yep.
go. I have it going at the bottom: top 10 best and worst gimmicks and characters in wrestling. So that's what we're talking about. So I keep forgetting to do that. But yeah, I'm a little tired today. I
Yep.
don't know if it's the weather. Uh, we had a birthday gathering last night, so it could be because of that.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Hey, I got one here. Let's see. I have to look this up because the names itself, but the Misfits in Action.
Hmm.
That was Billy DeMont, which is actually Hugh Morris, and
No
he
clue.
became he became General G. Rection. Then you have Booker T. He was G.I. Bro.
Okay.
And then remember the NWO girl Tyrene? She was
Yeah.
called Major. She was called Major Guns. And then they had Private Stash, Sergeant AOL, Corporal Cajun, and Chavo Guerrero. He became Lieutenant Loco. I'm saying General G. Rection.
That's funny. Yeah, I forgot about that. Wow.
Yeah, I just pulled this up earlier. I was like, I have to write this down. I'm not going to remember this. So I
Well,
am cheating. I'm looking. See, I did homework.
we have cheat sheets. Yeah, we have our research in front of us. You
I
don't
got
see.
my cheat notes.
Yeah. um, Hugh Morris was a great wrestler, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, he
He was
was.
very good in the ring. Wasn't his finisher the moonsault? Didn't he kind of
He
coin
was
the
big.
moonsault in a way?
Oh yeah, he was a big boy too doing that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Everybody was. Yeah, for a big guy, he was very agile.
Who's coming down here? I got my nephew Jesse down here now. I want a podcast. You can say hello if you want. Here comes Jesse.
What's up, Jesse?
He's waving. I don't think he can hear you because he's on headphones.
Yeah.
He said, "What's up, Jesse?"
Hey, what's up? Long time.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, let Jesse talk for a second. Yeah, hop in a second. This is Jesse.
Jesse is Gerard's
Hey.
nephew. What's up, Jess? We're
Not much.
you a wrestling fan?
I used to be. Not.
Used to be.
Haven't watched in a long time.
Yeah. All right. So you're kind of
Yeah.
old school, or
Yeah, I guess.
yeah. What like did you just stop watching because you've been busy in life, or did you?
Yeah, I haven't watched TV in a long time, so
Yeah. So
yeah.
would you get into it again, or?
Yeah, I mean, if I found time to start watching TV again, it was always entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I for us, like we're veteran fans, so like
hmm
we miss the old days. Like
Yeah.
it's not the same the way it used to be, but
Mm.
so this
You know,
podcast,
we have a special guest on today.
yeah, we have a special guest, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's just not the same. The storylines,
Mm.
the way they used to, the gimmicks are kind of terrible,
Yeah. They did so much in the back in the day too. It's like you can't redo it because it's just repetitive too. So
and you got to be really creative and innovative,
yeah.
different, yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it won't work.
I need to go back, but
All right,
I'll put him back.
Yep.
Good to see you again.
Jesse, talk to you a bit.
Yeah, I see you.
We had our first guest.
That was our first short guest.
I found the main eventer here. Superstar Billy Graham.
There you go.
All right. Now this here is a magazine. This is the main event. This is his entire match against Bruno Sammartino.
Right.
If I open the pages up, you see they're fighting. If you can see.
Yeah.
Superstar is another name, another gimmick name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
and I
here's a good topic, or good question. Billy Superstar Graham, did he come out before Hogan came out?
oh yeah, well before
Well before,
Superstar Billy Graham came out in the 1960s.
60s, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
he's
Hogan.
it's no no 70s.
Okay, Hogan came out in the late 70s, early 80s.
Yes, yes.
Right. Well, my thing is, I don't know if anybody's ever talked about this, which I'm sure they have. If you look at the gimmick Billy Superstar Graham had, it's very similar to Hulk Hogan. Do you think Hulk Hogan ripped off his gimmick from Billy Superstar Graham?
100%.
Yeah, because he wore the boas around the neck and the colorful colors that he came.
Let me give it a second. Hey Matt, I'm gonna take off my headphones a second. I'm gonna unplug.
You gotta put the headphones on.
How's that? Better? You hear me now, right?
Yeah. So that
Yes.
What's
now,
up, guys?
hey Anthony, how you doing?
Okay, good.
All right. I got to tell you a brief thing that actually, yeah, this has nothing to do with wrestling, but Anthony's a big wrestling fan. We have to have him on our show one time just to have it, have you on
Yeah.
here as a guest because you got a lot of great stories to share about.
Yeah, 60s, 70s, some of the 80s.
Yeah. I found out a good friend of our families is actually the cousin of Joey McCaffrey. Keith McCaffrey is a cousin of our friend Bill Hanley. I don't know if you know Bill Hanley.
No, I'm
But
not familiar.
yeah, they're actually cousins. We found
Oh,
out.
really?
Yeah, we found out yesterday. We were like, wow, what a small world.
Did he know me?
No, I don't
Yeah.
think. No.
Yeah, so I've been to a couple family functions, but
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
like he never like really knew that side of the family that much, but he
Okay.
knows that they were like second cousins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
Cool.
I had to share
That's
that.
interesting.
I never knew that. He wanted to tell me he saw all the Facebook posts about Joey and everything, and he wanted to say something, but he figured he was going to see me yesterday, and he'd wait to tell me when he saw me.
Mm,
So I thought that was pretty
mm.
interesting.
Yeah, small world.
Yeah. So, but
So
so what's
I
up,
came.
man?
Yeah, well, same old, same old. So came by to say hello. I'm
Yeah.
upstairs. My son said he was down here and you're on the cast, so I just wanted to stop, say hello to you guys.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
yeah, like I said, Anthony here is a very good friend of ours, and he's a very big wrestling fan.
we
He
used to be bigger. Like
Yeah.
I said, 60s, 70s, Bruno Sammartino,
Yep.
and all those people back then. You know,
Yeah. Who were your favorites back in those days?
yeah, Bruno Sammartino was everybody's favorite. Ivan Putski.
Yeah.
I don't know if Gerard told you, but in Ivan Putski, they had we used to go to Sunnyside Gardens in Queens over here on Queens Boulevard,
Nice.
and they used to have every year, every month they had a match there, and Ivan Putski, it was the people that got us in. We used to have front row seats. That was the greatest thing. And Ivan Putski, then they were big Ivan Putski fans. So I used to wear the Polish Power, Ivan Putski, he had the big arms. So he pulled me out of the audience one time, and he did a pose with his with his arms up, show his butt, and he made me hang off one of his arms, and they took a big picture of it. That was a picture that been going around. So that's me on there, little me on Ivan Putski's arm. But yeah, I mean, Bruno Sammartino, Ivan Putski. Then we had the everybody's favorite was Haystacks Calhoun, 600 pounds. You know,
Yeah,
yeah, because
we were bringing that up earlier. Yeah, Gerard has a picture of him there. There you go.
it's Haystacks. Yeah, he's 600 pounds, and he used to move. I mean, 600 pounds, he used to run back and forth in that ring.
Yeah.
You know, and you give the guy credit for that.
Well, not only that, you don't want to be hit by a 600-pound man.
Or him falling on you.
Yeah.
Or sitting on your face like in the ring.
You could break a few ribs.
Yeah. So I mean, we just go there and we used to have a good time. Oh, who was that? Chief J Strongbow.
Yeah.
Then he had a partner for a while there that actually broke his neck.
Billy White Wolf.
Billy White Wolf.
I
Yeah.
remember, yeah.
And then Bruno. After that, he continued. Not Bruno. Chief J Strongbow kept on continuing wrestling without him, but it didn't last much longer after that. I mean, I just, And then we had the Executioners. Remember that?
Yep.
The two of them in the ring, and then there'd be two of them hiding under the ring.
Yeah.
And they used to ring. Huh?
Didn't they wear masks?
Yes.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. So when one got thrown out of the ring, he went under the ring, and the other one came out to replace him and run back in the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the managers, the Lou Albano.
Yep.
That's before he had the rubber band hanging from his face.
Yeah. And that was the match he's talking about. That's the one when Chite Strongbow gave me the headpiece, and I didn't get one feather. I got tackled by every kid there, and I didn't get one damn feather.
I mean, it was good. We used to have they used to give us, Triad still has it. Some of the who's wrestling that night, and then we used to take it on the back, and they used to have their pictures, who's wrestling who, and we used to mark who's going to win this one, we used to put X's next to who we like, our favorites. There was that guy. It was a wrestler that if you wore just plain black shorts,
Yeah.
your ass was going to be beat down that night, because you come in, you start the match, you fight, you're winning, and all of a sudden there's that turn in the match where they beat the hell out of you.
Yeah, I want to post this up real fast here. This is back in the days when the wrestlers wrestled, and they had the lineups. So when you wrestled, you picked who you wanted to win.
Right.
I don't know if you can see the names and stuff.
Yeah,
It's probably hard to read.
What was that one guy? Mark something. He used to get his butt kicked.
Mark Sanchez.
Mark Sanchez. Every time he come in the black shorts, and we knew who was going to win, but he put a good match on.
Nice.
Yeah. So you knew who was going to win, but it was kind of it was fun. We had a good time. Who came out with blowing the fire? Was it the Sheik or something like that? They just come out and blow the fire in the air.
Oh, wasn't that Dragon?
No, that's way before him. I'm talking about 70s.
Before, yeah, 70s.
70s, 80s. I forgot his name.
Research guys who blew fire out of the mouth next time.
Yeah.
But it was we had a good time back then, and that's when you could afford it. A pretzel was a nickel, and a Coke was a quarter, maybe 50 cents. That's when you could still afford matches.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he told you, I was also a manager for a little bit in the 90s for Johnny Dangerously and Johnny Devious. Johnny Dangerous, Johnny Devious.
That's the right. I kept mixing the name.
Johnny Devious. And he was originally a clown. He wrestled in circuses. He was a clown wrestler in circuses and in what do you call it? The rodeos. And we met. I was managing this bar, and he was one of my doormen. And he asked me if I wanted to manage him. So got nothing better to do. So I started doing that with him. I used to go in the ring with him, and they called me the lawyer. And my backstory was I got my law degree in prison. And then I fought the prison system, and I got myself out because wrongdoing, whatever, not enough evidence. But that was my backstory. So I used to go into the ring. I used to wear a leather jacket, bring a black walking stick, and a vest with like multicolors on it, just to bring out the color a little bit. And we used to wrestle on Manhattan Access Station. And they used to put us on there. And I think Gerard brought this up the one time. We used to wrestle in Gleason's, I think, in Brooklyn, and on a boxing ring. A boxing ring is not meant to be wrestled on. It's supposed to be a wrestling ring has springs and it's supposed to be absorbent for the bouncing off of. Boxing rings don't have that. So when you go down, you're feeling it. And the one time I was interfering in one of the matches and they pulled me in, they started beating me up. And the guy jumped off the top rope with like one of those 6-foot ladders on him and hit me across the chest. But there's a way of doing it. You have your arms underneath the ladder, certain way. So they're actually landing on their arms. So the ladder is distance from my chest. Well, the guy did it wrong. He hit me in the chest and started going and hit me in the neck. I was fine, but you get up and he's like all out of wind and everything.
Yeah.
And those rings, it bounced from rope to rope. These guys are professionals that do it. My God. I jumped, I hit one rope, I go running towards the next rope. In the middle of the ring, I just collapse. I can't do it no more.
Wow.
Yeah, but that was fun too. Yeah, they called me the lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, then I had two other wrestlers join me, Heaven and Hell. One was supposed to be a nice guy, one's supposed to be a bad guy. And then we changed Hell into we got rid of the guy, we made into a girl wrestler, a woman wrestler. And things just fell apart after that, But
Nice.
it didn't go too far. But it was fun what I did last.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So
All right. We're actually past our time on Deadman Triad Wrestling Podcast. Anthony, thanks for stopping in and saying hello. That was great to hear some of those stories. But yeah, we're definitely gonna have to have you on as a full-time guest. On a future episode. That'd be cool.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll put you right back so you guys can say goodbye. I have stuff to do. So
All right. Take
it's
care.
great being in the show.
Yeah,
Talk to you guys.
Thank you for stopping in.
Okay.
Wow,
Thank you.
We had two guests today, and we have a whole lot of people watching. Me and you.
Yeah, I would be watching right now.
Yeah. All right.
All right, talk to you a little bit.
Back in. Trying to plug in. Hear me?
Yep. I got you.
Okay.
All right. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and play our video here. I want to wish everybody well. I think our next topic for the next episode is going to be bloodlines. And, we can go first generation, second generation, third generation. There's a lot of people who are connected family-wise that people will probably never know that they were, relatives or family members.
Yep.
But, I don't know, Gerard, any last words?
Nah, just I would say enjoy this nice rainy day today. Or it's raining where maybe it's nice somewhere else. And just hoping everybody in Alabama is doing fine after that tornado that just hit.
Yeah.
But
Pray for everybody down south.
and stay safe. That's what I can say. Stay safe and watch wrestling.
I do this on my other podcasts, and if I don't say it enough, but I always I'm a very patriotic, passionate person about what's been going on in the world as far as the pandemic and everything. But I always want to make sure that we say thank you to our men and women that serve our country, all the soldiers, all the veterans, and the EMTs, the doctors, the nurses, and all the important people, essential workers that are out there, doing their job every day. People like me and Gerard, we're essential workers, and we're kind of on the front line and just a different part of the front line that we put ourselves at risk every day for what we do, and want to make sure that we say thank you to these people, and God bless you people for doing what you do, and hopefully God is watching over us and watching over you guys, and I always want to make sure I give a big shout out to those people.
Yep.
All right. Gonna end the show here. And guys, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And be well.
And what about next week? Easter?
Oh yeah. We have Easter. I don't know. It's up to you. If we want to do a show or not. I mean, I'm home, so it's up to you.
Most likely, I think we'll have the show. Let's see what it is.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll play it by ear. We'll see what happens. So
You got
yeah,
it.
this weekend is Easter, so I forgot. I can't believe it's next weekend.
That's all right.
All right. So guys, have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and be safe out there.
Take care.